over Silva, sending Griffin Colapinto to the elimination round. Let's continue on with more action. Kolohe Andino getting his opening ride here in a heat with Seth Moniz and Nat Young. Swinging that board back into the pocket, and he will fade out and wait for his numbers to come through. Feel different when you grab your jersey, having those memories fresh in your mind?
For sure. I mean, Sunset's just a spot that I have a lot of good memories at. I won the Challenger Series, and it was the spot that I made the semis to qualify for the tour. Here goes Seth. So I've put in a lot of time and really tried to learn the wave. And Seth getting a nice turn, and oh my God!
Exploded.
Oh, Seth loves a huge floater. He's like notorious for them.
I'd still try to commit to this or let go.
I feel like in a heat, you're just pretty much committed. He had a nice wrap there. And then if he just, it's so today, you know, if he makes that, it's a good score. And all you need is two of those.
Seth Moniz going for broke on that finish. BL, what'd you see here?
Yeah, you can see him driving into the turn. And you watch here, there's that kind of little loss of the rail for a second there. And then it goes into this floater and he's up high. And watch the reverberation of the whitewater coming back up at him. It was better from that other angle, but it just exploded as he was coming down. It was going up. The two met. And most of the time, we'll see it from this angle. You watch the lip of the wave break, and then the white water start coming back up. Boom! Straight underneath him. And they're the ones that just tweak ankles.
It's interesting, Connor, as a competitor, are those some things you have to reflect on and try to change the outcome of decisions like that? You have so much to deal with preparing for your heat, let alone maybe a situation where you can buy some time.
But all the way back to the quarter against John, like when he kicked out of his 9.6 and took like 10 8-footers on the head, and his leash plug pulled out. So that was before they were doing jet ski assist. Oh, there's Kolohe with a nice turn. So he had really gone through the ringer. Whoa, that was sick.
Big turns from Kolohe Andino. 4.5 was his opener. That's going to be much bigger with that aggressive attack perfectly placed in the pocket, as he sets off in the lead over Seth Moniz and another one of his good friends, Nat Young, who's holding down priority. It's really refreshing to see how much fun he was having trying to lay down the biggest carve of his life. BL, what'd you see here?
Well, a couple of them, just as you said, Joey, a couple beautiful layback, complete commitment. It wasn't a full rail carve. It was more just a little stabby jab type layback.
Well, red wave for Andino as he's building his lead out front. Nat Young still holding priority. It's so great to see him back on the championship tour. Finished top 10 in the world his first year and won Rookie of the Year, and missed him for a few seasons. Seth Moniz just kind of pacing himself through some frontside cutbacks. He'll fade out now.
Such an odd wave, wasn't it? It was just
so weird,
and jumping and bouncing around all over the place.
And as a rookie on tour, how much sleep do you get the night before, knowing that you're going to have a big couple days?
I didn't fall asleep too bad, but I woke up around 2 or 3 a.m. in the Rip Curl house, and it was pretty much shaking, and I was like, all right, here we go. And then we got here this morning, and it wasn't that big yet, and I was like, oh no, it's going to get big fast. So I knew it being heat 9, it would get big, but yeah, I mean, as long as you know your game plan and play like cat and mouse with the channel, and I felt like that worked, and keep it really simple with Kikol Bacalso, so I'm really lucky to have him in my corner.
Well, go kick your feet up because you're done for the day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Big volume into those turns out of the top, and in my mind trying to think of goofy footers who would have an advantage out here. The backhand of Nat Young's was something I thought about here. Kolohe looking to back up that 4.5. He's been on good waves. He really hasn't caught a bad one yet.
4.5.
Thanks so much. Great to hear from Jackson Baker into a beautiful backhand re-entry from Nat Young, as he will stand tall there and wait for another section that didn't allow him to really capitalize. So at one big turn for Nat before that.
In this heat, and that 717 is going to be a great score he can rely on longer term.
The big wind-up here, Connor, for Nat Young. What'd you think there for that maneuver?
Yeah, that was a great turn, just really well positioned, got there early, got the board down in front of the destruction of the Sunset inside bowl. It's crazy when you just see what's growing around. You don't realize how many of them are invasive species and how that can affect the coastal region and then, you know, the ocean and the reefs. So it's really cool that these groups have gotten organized over here and they're working hard to preserve that and try to restore. Surfing, being in nature is like my favorite thing ever, and the ocean. And so I just feel like it's our duty to try to help protect this and restore it, and hopefully it's around for generations to come. And yeah, just climate change and all these things are gnarly, and it's hard as an individual. I think sometimes you feel like, how can I help? But, you know, as long as we try to do a little bit. I've been coming here for a long time, so it's great to feel like I can give back a little bit.
Oh, that's so cool. As we continue with live action, just stretching this one out is Andino. Remember, has that sizable lead out front. Needs to better a 5.03 here. And just a repositioning wave for Kolohe. Nat Young with priority. Nat Young single maneuver, 4.93 for one turn, Barton.
Yeah, it speaks to the potential of this one, Joey.
Nice fan of spray off the backhand of Nat Young. They call him the Cobra up in Santa Cruz. And this one's starting to fade, a little wider open face. He'll just get some softer carves and kick out, but great opening hack to get that one started. We'll wait for numbers. Only needed a 1.14 to move into the top two.
If you wanted to get a start at pipe, you wanted to get a start, you know, and you were a young surfer from somewhere else around the world, you had to be able to surf here at Sunset Beach to get a start into those events.
Kolohe Andino with a solid wall, keeping a higher line, and now driving just to cover some ground. Just goes straight up to the lip line, airdrops down with it. Looking for another section, quick whip, incomplete for Andino. Good for just that big float before. So his situation looks like it'll remain the same. And the other challenge for the caddies is sometimes when the shore break's really out of control, just how to get in safely. But it's a crowd favorite to sit and watch the caddies come in, juggling boards. Nat Young, solid jam on the backhand.
Yeah, Nat got that first good turn. Oh, he just couldn't get the finish. Dang it.
One more turn and Seth's in trouble, but maybe he's not. Look at this one.
Seth Moniz sets up just a fading turn real quick. Hoping for more here. Lights it up with a beautiful wrapping carve. And that one will shut down.
Wow, this is going to be tight here. What's Seth looking for?
5.76, so most probably not that high. That inside turn was nice.
Down on that first wrap, but was able to fit in a bigger turn further down the line beyond.
Came from behind the whitewater. Looked like it was going to be a nice opportunity, but the bottom turn just flattened out that little bit. There's that nice snap, and that was all she wrote really on that one. So it's hard to imagine that going to the 5.76 that he's looking for.
Yeah, he's going to need another wave here. And Nat's like so close to bettering his score, so it's going to be a tight ending. It's great with the skis because they could both potentially get another, and just trying to kind of ride that up a little bit. But it felt good. It's just crazy that the level of surfing so high now. You know, you look at guys like John on 6.2s or whatever that he rode out here today, and he's able to get really critical. And then it's hard. You don't want to totally play into that game because you got to do your own game, but it's about finding those critical sections and getting tight and attacking them. And it's hard to do on a really big long board like we used to ride out here. And
second priority under Nat with 1 minute to go.
Oh, here he goes. He's got a shot.
Seth Moniz will get this last shot here. 3.94 is the requirement. Going for an explosive first turn, but he's incomplete. Another matchup this afternoon. We'll keep you posted. With now 10 seconds to go, Nat Young looks like he might go for Kolohe's lead. 7.27 will get him there. Nice sweeping bottom turn. There's the vertical. Hard off the bottom again. Nice clean snap.
Couple blasts. That looks like he's got a good board. It looks like it's sitting and cutting through that bump pretty nicely.
Kolohe Andino takes it with a big 7.17. We will be seeing number 1 and 2 in the world in the elimination round this afternoon.